Are we going to see another dump on Bitcoin this week? What we can see over here, guys, is that Bitcoin is still trading inside of the high time frame range that we have been forming after forming a brand new all-time high. We have range pivot number 1, range pivot number 2, and then over here we have range pivot number 3, and we can even say that we have a fourth pivot as well. And guys, more importantly, look at the respect of the mid-range over here and look at the respect of the mid-range over here, alright? So, providing us with a very high probability range. Now we can see that we have seen a deviation of the range low. While we were deviating the range low, and that is always more important, we were also mitigating a very important sell side liquidity pool over here that we have been engineering a lot of liquidity beneath, okay? So we engineered that liquidity pool, we mitigated, then we reclaimed the range low. Over here on the 1 hourly time frame, we can see that while reclaiming the range low, we also flip market structure back up, alright? Now more importantly, this is on the 1 hourly time frame. The 4 hourly time frame though, we haven't seen a market structure break back towards the upside, right? Because the market structure break is all the way aligning around the mid-range, because eventually this was the high, the brought us to this lower low compared to this low, the brought us to that high. So we have the 4 hour trend that is to the downside, but with the 1 hour trend that is back to the upside. We have seen a deviation of the range low, we've seen a mitigation of the range low liquidity pool, and we can also see that around the mid-range over here is where we have buy side liquidity resting, and obviously we have an unmitigated, untapped liquidity pool above the range high over here. So we also have our drawn liquidity towards the upside. Currently, price is retesting the range low, and now this is where things are about to get interesting, and this is where the potential trading idea is being developed on the Bitcoin price. Because what we can see over here is that we are not only retesting the range low, we have already retested the range low once over here last week. Now on the Twitch live stream, I told you guys, do not trust this retest. Why? Because this was an oh so perfect retest is what we call this. A very obvious retest of this very obvious range low. Now I've told you guys, do not trust these perfect retests, especially if you don't have a clear and valid inducement above it. So it was such a clean sweep, it was such a clean break of structure after such a perfect retest. So what do people do? Get into the mind of the retail trader. They start longing Bitcoin over here with their stop loss beneath that low, or they start longing Bitcoin on the pullback over here with their stop loss beneath that low, right? So what does price do? It goes and mitigates the liquidity pool that we formed beneath that low. And now this is where I become interested in potentially longing Bitcoin, right? Now all I need is one final confirmation. That confirmation that I'm searching for, that I'm seeking for, is a break of structure over here. Because we have also entered a low time frame, local downtrend over here on the 4 hourly time frame, right? We can see a high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And that makes this a significant high to break. And once again, guys, why is this a significant high to break over here? Because this high over here brought us to a fresh low over here compared to this low, it brought us to that high. So it's a significant high to break. And we swept the low of that also perfect retest. So now all that I need in order to position myself into an A+ swing long setup on Bitcoin is Bitcoin to push up, is Bitcoin to open and close a candle above this high on a 4 hourly time frame. So no candle wick above, no candle close above, no candle open and close above this high over here that brought us to this lower low over here. Now we get that final confirmation, you can enter longs on the pullback and you can target the range high liquidity pool and the mid-range liquidity pool, and that can offer a beautiful swing long setup on Bitcoin, right? Because let's say we use two entries like I always do, and the first entry is a bit of an aggressive one over here, right? Not waiting for the discount, because I think if price is truly bullish, it's not gonna offer any perfect retest. Alright, so we enter aggressively, stop beneath the local low, and we target the range high. That already offers a beautiful RR of 3.2. Let's say we have a second entry waiting for the pullback. Look how beautifully the RR increases all the way towards the upside. So slowly but surely, Bitcoin is developing this scenario that is valid for a swing long setup. Now, although we have to wait for is the final confirmation, which is the hour 4 break of structure to the upside, and if we get that confirmation, I will be be engaging with a beautiful big margin swing long position on Bitcoin. Now for Ethereum, I want to discuss something else, because what I've been seeing on the weekly time frame, when we have a look at the weekly stochastic RSI as well for Ethereum, while it is trading back inside of the previous bull market range, is that I think that a potential bottom on Ethereum might be very, very close, which means that this, guys, is the time to not only accumulate Ethereum, but also accumulate altcoins, right? Because you have to think, is it worth it to wait for another 10 to 20 to 30% dump if you can already buy at a beautiful discount of around $2,900? Because what we can see over here on a weekly time frame is something very, very interesting. Because when we have a look at the previous times that the stochastic RSI was bottoming out, every single time when the stochastic RSI was bottoming out over here in the oversold area, the price bottomed out and saw a massive pump. Over here in a bottomed area, price bottomed out and we saw a massive pump. Over here in a bottomed area, price bottomed out and saw a massive pump. Over here once again, bottomed area, price bottomed and saw a beautiful bounce. Over here, guys, we formed the bottom as well for the previous bear market before we started a massive rally. And the last time that the stochastic RSI was in the bottomed and oversold area, over here, also the price once again bottomed out and saw a massive pump. Now look how the weekly stochastic RSI is currently massively oversold, and once this one starts curving back upwards, we can also expect the price to curve back upwards as well and pump it to a brand new all-time high for Ethereum. I still have high and strong conviction in Ethereum and altcoins for the upcoming year, or maybe 6 to 12 months, that it will be heavily outperforming Bitcoin and everything else. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a potential long setup. Now, if we want to look at a potential long setup, we can see that the chart for Ethereum is a bit difficult, because what we can see over here is that we have been building up a lot of lows. Alright, so we have liquidity resting over here and we have liquidity resting over here. So now preferably I would say, okay, wait over here for these lows to get taken out, wait for a potential manipulation area, and that's where you potentially want to engage with the swing long setup for Ethereum. And I think this liquidity pool over here, if we get this opportunity, if we get another dump over here towards $2,600 for Ethereum, I think it provides a beautiful swing long setup, okay? Because if we remove the higher time frame range, we can see that Ethereum over here on the lower time frame is also inside of a beautiful range, right? In which the mid range gets respected, the quarterly level gets respected, and we have 1 pivot, 2 pivot, and 3 pivots over here. So you can wait and anticipate this potential deviation beneath that range low in order to position yourself into a long position right here and profit from that long position all the way towards new all-time highs. Now that obviously can offer a beautiful RR swing trade, so it's definitely something to not rule out of the question. It's something that is very much possible. Maybe you can even set some limit orders with your invalidation over here, in which you anticipate this potential deviation to occur over here. So invalidation, entry beneath the range low, and then as a first target a new yearly high that already offers a beautiful RR of 7.5, and then eventually a new all-time high which is around $5,000 I believe for Ethereum, and that offers an even better RR of 12.5. Now personally I prefer to wait for confirmation, so I'm waiting for the price to mitigate that range low liquidity pool. Guys, also keep in mind that everyone is currently waiting for these lows to get taken out, and that is why I'm saying, should you really mind to buy either over here your spot for Ethereum and altcoins, or to wait for another discount around $2,600, given the opportunity that you might not be able to fill your entries because maybe the price is not going to go there, right? And if we buy here and we target a new all-time high around $5,000, and this is the way you have to think as an investor. You have to think when you're buying spot. This is not for swing long positions or leverage positions, but when you're buying spot and investment positions, from here towards a new all-time high around $4,900 is a 69% increase. And if you wait for a sweep of that range low, the difference towards $4,900 is only 7%. Now, is that really worth it to wait for lower prices? I don't think so. I think as an investor, as a spot trader, you have to realize that you have certain targets. And if you believe that those targets get hit, as long as the price is trading beneath those targets, the price is basically trading at a massive discount. And you have to make sure that you scoop up as much as possible. Obviously, don't go all in. Never go all in. Always keep a reserve bag in order that the price does drop so you can DCA in towards your position, or wait for confirmation that we are going to see a high time frame reversal towards the upside, and that's where you jump in with your investment bag. Alright, now I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys do have any questions after watching today's YouTube video, make sure to comment down below. Also guys, don't forget to smash out the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday's video. Ciao ciao.